on the workout. If you can detach yourself from the score of the workout and focus more on technique, in the long run, and maybe even in that given day, you will make more progress, have a faster time, because you'll be more efficient. You'll be using the right muscles. You won't be using as much effort and energy to do movements because you're using the muscles as they should be. So, all right, today I want to kind of talk about a conversation I have pretty frequently with people, and it's really troubleshooting progress. And this is a conversation that can happen with lots of different members. You know, if you work out long enough, you're probably going to hit a plateau or feel like you're not making progress like you should, or not making progress as fast as somebody else is. And so I kind of want to walk through the process that I go with people and kind of prioritize what to look at, and so we can kind of determine what things we might need to change to be able to make the progress that we want to make. So first thing I'm going to ask is, or look up, is consistency. And so how often are you going to the gym? All right, that's the first thing. To me, if you're not going at least 4 days a week consistently on average, progress is not guaranteed. Now, you can definitely make progress going fewer often or less often, especially if you're newer on in your journey. But the longer you've been doing it, you probably need to be coming at least 4 days a week. So typically, this conversation kind of goes, I've been consistent, and then I look up their attendance, and they're remembering the few weeks that they came 4 or 5 times a week, and they're forgetting the more often than not weeks where they're coming 2, 3, 1, no times a week. Okay, so if we go back and chart the last half a year or even a year, they might average 2.7 classes a week or something like that. Okay, so that's the first step is, all right, let's talk about consistency and figuring out how we can get more consistent. All right, and the strategy I usually go with is, let's start scheduling your classes on your calendar. Make an appointment, put it on your calendar, keep it with yourself. Pretend like it's an appointment with an important business person, or appointment with a doctor or a dentist or whatever. Go ahead and put it on your calendar. Go ahead and reserve your spot on Zen Planner. And then we know we're going to be coming on whatever day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 12 o'clock, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I'm going to do the 8:30 on those days, and then 9 a.m. on Saturday. Whatever it is, whatever works best with your schedule. Go ahead and plan it. And then you want to be known as the 2:30 person, or the 3:30 person, or the 12 o'clock person, or the 5:30 a.m. person, or the 6:30 a.m. person, whatever it is. You want to be known as the person that if somebody goes to that class, they're going to see you in that class more times than not. Those people who are consistent anchors of a certain class time are the ones that make the most progress, because they're the most consistent. And so think about, what class do I come to consistently? Now, obviously for some people, they travel a lot and they can't come to the same class every day. Well, what that comes down to is just planning, okay? Consistency is really about planning and then follow through, and maybe finding a way to put accountability in place. So making sure that somebody's going to reach out to you if you haven't been there. We try to reach out as coaches to people who haven't been coming to the gym consistently. You can also have somebody in class who's going to reach out to you. Give yourself a penalty. You can have a fun penalty with a friend that if you don't show up when you say you're going to show up, you have to take them out to dinner or something like that. There's a million and one fun ways to kind of hold yourself accountable, but the first step is being aware of how consistent you are, and more people are less consistent than they realize. And number 2 is putting in a plan to be able to do it. Once it becomes a habit, though, it becomes very easy. Once it's the habit, it's harder not to do it than it is to do it, because our body hates change. And so if we're used to doing something at a certain time, we're going to get used to doing it at that time, and then we're going to feel bad if we're not doing it at that time. So it's going to be hard at first to make that change, but after a month, 30 days is what they typically say it takes to develop a habit. So if you do it consistently for a month, say, I'm going to be the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 3:30 class person, okay? If you do that for a month, more than likely you're going to be able to stick with that for a long period of time, because you will have developed that habit. So first step, look at consistency, okay? And that's just for workouts, but that also goes for all these other things I'm going to talk about. Are you being consistent with all this stuff, okay? But most important, you got to show up to the gym to make progress, all right? And I think everybody understands that. Number 2 is diet and also protein. All right, so if we're trying to lose weight, trying to gain weight, trying to slim down, trying to lower body fat, diet is going to be even more important than coming to the gym consistently. Somebody can lose 100 pounds without working out one time just by watching what they eat, okay? So diet comes down to, number 1 is tracking, okay? Most people really don't want to track, or they're kind of hesitant to track or whatever, but to me, if you really have a goal that you're trying to make body composition wise, you have to track. It's just like if you really have a savings goal you're trying to make, or a budget you're trying to set for your family, you have to track, or you're never going to be able to hit it because you don't know whether you're doing it or not. Same thing with diet and nutrition. At least till you get to where you want to get to, if you're really trying to be serious about it, you got to track. And that comes with finding an app that's easy for you to use. I use MyFitnessPal. Some people use other ones. Some people like to write it down. Whatever works best for you, but doing it consistently, putting your food in every single day, and then also being accurate with what you put in there. A lot of times people will skip out on putting the condiments that they use. Like they don't put the Chick-fil-A sauce in there, or they don't put the oil that they're cooking with in there. And then when you add all those things, they've actually eaten 3, 4, 5, 600 more calories a day than they really realized they were, because they're not accurately tracking. Okay, so accurately tracking also involves being consistent, also involves being honest with yourself. And then the other part of it is protein. And I've seen so many people, just by adding a protein shake after the workout every day, make tremendous body composition changes. So when you're coming to the gym consistently, you're breaking your muscle down, you got to have that protein to be able to rebuild your muscle stronger. And if you don't have it over a long period of time, you're never able to build that muscle that is going to make you stronger, make you perform better, and then also make your body composition change. So as we add more muscle, your metabolism's increasing, you start burning more fat throughout the day. And it's this cycle of, I get stronger, I add more muscle, my metabolism increases, I'm burning more throughout the day, and I'm able to do more of my workout, so I'm able to add even more muscle and even burn even more in my workout. So it's just like this ball. Once you get the ball rolling, it gets to be pretty easy. But the hardest part is getting it rolling, and for a lot of people that can be as simple as adding protein. So if you're not taking a protein supplement, I highly recommend just adding protein post-workout. That's a very good step. The second step would be either adding it for breakfast or adding it before you go to bed. Another supplement, if you're still not getting enough, but tracking your protein is going to be crucial. And for a lot of people, that's all they need to really change their bodies, just making sure they're getting enough protein. From what I've seen over the years, asking tons and tons and tons of people about their protein, and they kind of walk me through what they eat every day, or they track it, they're generally eating about half as much protein as they should be eating. So I always try to have people shoot for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now, once you get up over 250, 300 pounds, we kind of cap it at 250 pounds. And we also, if somebody's like, pretty light or lean, we might go a little bit above body weight, but typically that's a pretty good starting point. If you're even close to your body weight in grams of protein every single day, you're going to be probably getting enough. And that's also another thing I see with protein is people don't get enough protein on the weekends. They'll do it Monday through Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, they're like, I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm going to have my cheat meals or whatever. And then they think they're getting enough protein because they're eating a lot, but in reality they're getting way more fat and carbs and not enough protein. And that happened to me. I would come in every Monday at the gym for a very long time and feel weak on Monday, and I was always like, why do I feel so weak on Monday? Because I worked out Saturday morning and I took the rest of Saturday off. I took all day Sunday off. I had some cheat meals. I ate whatever I wanted to on the weekend. Why am I feeling weak on Monday? And then I finally started tracking my food on the weekends, and I realized I was way under eating my protein because I wasn't having my protein shakes. So the simple thing of adding protein shakes on Saturday and Sunday, all of a sudden I started feeling strong again on Monday. And so hitting your protein goal 7 days a week, even the days you're not working out, is going to be a very good way to jumpstart that progress. And it's not just body composition, it's also performance in the gym. Because like I said, as we add muscle, we're able to lift more weight, we're able to move faster, we're able to get better scores, and get fitter and all that type of stuff. So incredibly important. Third one would be mobility and technique. So a lot of times people come in and join the gym with very bad mobility, very bad technique. They can't do good technique because they have such bad mobility. And it's from sitting. We sit, we look at our phone, we drive, we sit at a desk all day. Our hips are super short, our shoulders are running forward. We can't access our glutes. We can't access our lats. You probably heard me talk about this a million times. But what happens is you start using the smaller muscles that aren't meant to be used to do certain movements, and neglecting the big muscles because we can't even access them. And then we can't use good technique. And so we're limited in our progress because we're not using the muscles that were supposed to be used. We're not using our glutes the way they're supposed to. Our glutes are supposed to be the strongest muscle in our body. And for most people, they can't even hardly even use them. And so they're not able to access them because they can't even get in the positions to use them. So improving your mobility starts with taking it serious in class, taking it serious when we're doing soft tissue work. There's a reason we have a certain flow of how things go, because I know that is the best way to make consistent mobility progress. Start with soft tissue work and then do the stretching, then do the activation of the muscles that we need to do before you even start jumping in and doing the movements that you want to. That way we're able to get in positions better and actually use the right muscles. And then when you are performing movements, focusing on good technique. Don't just rip the bar and see what the coach is saying about technique and then just forget about it and just kind of get it up however you want to, or because you're trying to go as fast as possible in the workout. If you can detach yourself from the score of the workout and focus more on technique in the long run, and maybe even in that given day, you will make more progress, have a faster time, because you'll be more efficient. You'll be using the right muscles. You won't be using as much effort and energy to do movements because you're using the muscles as they should be. So if you're one of those people if you're being super consistent, you're eating super clean, you're hitting all your protein numbers, you're tracking your food every day, but you have terrible mobility, your technique's not very good, you don't really spend much time on that could be one of the fastest ways for you to make progress. And I've seen this, a lot of people that want to compete, this is the biggest advice I give them, is spend an extra 15, 20, 30 minutes a day at home doing extra mobility. And you'll see it takes a little while for it to kick in, but over time you'll see their numbers start to go drastically up. They're starting to get stronger. They're starting to be able to recover better. Their bodies feel better. Their times start getting faster really quick, and people start asking, "What have you been doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" And all it is they've just started adding this extra mobility, and it's kind of compounded on itself. So start with taking it serious in class. Take the cool down stretches serious. And then if that's still not enough, start adding a little bit extra mobility. Either come in early, stay a little bit after, or do something at night before bed, whatever it is. There's a lot of different apps or things you can do, or you can literally just do the same stretching we do in class and just do it again on your own. Have a lacrosse ball at home. Have some stretches that you do that you know you need to do. For me, I know that I need to do the barbell trap release every day. I know I need to do static chest and lats. I know I need to do couch stretch for my hip flexors. I know if I do those things consistently, then my body is going to be able to get into positions it needs to. That way I'm going to be able to continue to stay healthy and also continue to make progress. So that's number 3. Number 4, alcohol. Okay, this is one that sabotages so many people's progress, and it's just good to have a discussion and be honest about it. If you're drinking every single night, you're never going to make a whole lot of progress, because it's sabotaging not only your recovery, because it's messing up your sleep. It's also your body's going to metabolize it as sugar and store it as fat. It's also going to stop your metabolism until you're not going to metabolize any food until you've processed all the alcohol, because your body treats alcohol as poison. So it stops whatever it's doing until it processes all the alcohol. So even having one drink a night is going to throw everything off for the next day. And so I've seen a lot of people lose a tremendous amount of weight in a very short amount of time just by stop drinking alcohol. Or if you can't stop, just cut back to one night a week. There's been a lot of studies that said the difference between 0 nights and 1 night of sleep, 0 nights and 1 night a week of drinking alcohol is pretty negligible. Once you get over that 1 night and start getting to 2, 3, 4 nights, that's when you can really start seeing the effects of it. So if you really like to drink, just try to cut back to 1 night a week. But the idea that I'm just going to have 1 drink a night, that's really setting yourself up to drastically lower or completely obliterate your progress. Okay, so if you really have a lot of weight to lose and you drink a lot, cut that drinking to 1 night a week, or to no nights a week. If you're having trouble sleeping, recovering, all that type of thing, look at your alcohol and be honest with yourself. Now, some people are just like, you know what, I'm going to drink and I'm not going to stop. If that's you, that's fine. That's your choice. Just understand it's going to limit the progress that you can make. You're going to hit a ceiling on your body composition and your performance. And if you're okay with that, then that's fine. But I do want people to be aware of the choice they're making there with alcohol. All right, number 5, stress and recovery. Okay. Your body doesn't know the difference between stress inside the gym, stress at work, stress at home, financial stress. Your body treats all stress the same. Okay, so we're stressing ourselves in the gym, but it's for a good reason, because we want our body to recover stronger, come back stronger than it was before the stress. Okay, but if you're also stressing yourself out at work all the time, you're really high strung. If you're stressed out at home, you're not getting enough sleep, you're not focused on your recovery, you can start this vicious cycle where you're just kind of never able to recover from the work that you put in the gym because you also have all these other stressors outside the gym. And I've seen a lot of people come to Coyote and then leave and say, I can't do that anymore, I'm burnt out, it's too much, I can't recover from that, it's too much stress on my body. But they are also very high strung outside the gym. They have a very high stress work. They just stress themselves out about a lot of things. They don't get enough sleep. They drink way too much caffeine. So of course they're not gonna be able to recover from what they do in the gym. So you gotta be honest with yourself. All right, what stressors in my life can I try to eliminate or at least cut back on? How can I better deal with my stress? Can I focus on going on more walks? Can I focus on more breathing exercise? Can I start going to bed early? For a lot of people, it's just literally getting an extra hour of sleep every night can be a game changer. Like going to bed an hour earlier. Instead of going to sleep at 10:30, go to sleep at 9:30. Instead of watching Netflix for 2 hours at night, watch Netflix for 1 hour. Stop scrolling on your phone in bed and affecting your circadian rhythm. Stop waking up in the middle of the night and checking your phone or checking your emails or whatever it is. There's so many things that we can do to help lower our stress. Obviously, life is hard a lot of times. There's a lot of stresses in this world that you're never going to be able to eliminate stress, but we can also learn to deal with it better so that we can recover better from the stress we're imposing ourselves at the gym. So if you're just running yourself into the ground outside the gym with work, with travel, with all these other things you're trying to do, and then also trying to set PRs in the gym all day, you're setting yourself up to crash and burn at some point. So be mindful of that. Try to mitigate your stress outside the gym. Try to do what you can to handle your stress better, and you'll start, if you can start implementing things that are going to help you with those. Like I said, going for a walk daily, gratitude, journaling, talking about stuff with people, getting more sleep, learning breathing exercises, doing mobility and stretching can be a great meditation and stress reliever for people. Everybody's a little bit different, but if you can learn to deal with your stress outside the gym better, you will be able to recover better from the stress you put on yourself inside the gym. Last one, say you got all these things right, you still are having trouble making progress. Let's look at your intent and mindset inside the gym. When you walk in the gym every day, are you in a good mood, or are you angry, in a foul mood, complaining about the workout? Are you complaining about what somebody else got on the workout? Are you always looking for the negative things, or are you coming in looking at as the workout as an opportunity to push myself and make myself a little bit better today? If you come in with a negative mindset, you're limiting your upside. If, on the other hand, you're coming in as this is an opportunity to challenge myself, I'm going to push myself hard, I'm going to make myself better. Am I going to take every portion of class serious and not just the workout? Am I going to take my warm-up serious? Am I going to make sure I do all the warm-up reps? Am I going to take my mobility serious? Am I going to follow the coach's instructions and build up as it's written, or am I going to kind of do my own thing? Am I going to take the cool down serious? Am I going to do, am I going to have a good mindset and positive mindset and push myself when things get hard? Or am I going to come in talking about how bad this workout's going to suck, it's going to hurt, be negative and focus on all that type of stuff? That's definitely going to limit how much output you're able to give in the workout. So this is a lot longer, deeper discussion, but looking at your intent or your mindset inside the gym when you walk into the gym on a day-to-day basis. And for a lot of people, we're not very self-aware in this aspect, so the best thing to do is to ask somebody else, hey, do you think I have a positive mindset when I come in the gym, or do I have a negative mindset in the gym? Or what can I do better mindset-wise? If you really want to have that conversation, that can be a very tough conversation, but that can be something that can really flip the switch for somebody to make them all of a sudden be able to break through that plateau. So hopefully that helps. That's kind of a process I would go through with somebody who's struggling to make progress. This is also a process I do with myself. If I'm not making progress, or if I don't get a score I feel like I should have on a workout, or I'm not feeling as good as I should in the workout, I kind of go through that same thing. Am I being consistent enough? Let me go check sugar WOD. Maybe I haven't been coming as much as I have been. Maybe I haven't been consistent as much as my diet. Maybe I haven't hit my protein numbers, that type of thing. Go through all that stuff, and then hopefully you can pinpoint something to work on, and then hopefully it'll help you kind of break through to the next level.